Hello, everyone, and welcome to Best of Six. I'm your host, Jake. Joining me, as always, is Julian, Mitch, Larone, and Mauricio. We are 5 of the Best of 6. Let's get into the news first and foremost.
6 plus 1. I should
Where's
even be
Steve?
here.
He is not going to make it this week. So,
Oh, he said that?
yeah.
You know he never joins when Mauricio's here.
Okay, so our first little piece of news is kind of, small, but for those who like Bomberman, apparently a new Bomberman game is in development.
We
In
haven't had a good one since the one on
Shoji's
64.
style, whatever, if anyone knows what that means.
I'm hoping that means the style of the 64 games.
I never played Bomberman, so I have no idea. I'm assuming that's
I know almost nothing about Bomberman, honestly.
Shoji Mizuno's their character designer for Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Oh, he died.
Oh. So they're keeping his style. I see. Okay. Well, that's neat.
I never knew if the Bomberman game on the 360 was supposed to be in that same franchise, or they just stole the name. Does anyone know?
Where's this article?
It's not an article. It's a Twitter post that I found or something.
Huh?
Oh,
It was at the Tokyo Game Show, so most of the articles you're gonna find are in Japanese.
He died at the Tokyo Game Show?
That's what
No,
Gamatsu.
No, he didn't tie TGS.
So yeah, I don't have much attachment to that series, so I don't know much about it.
I haven't played a good one since the 64, so...
I've never played Bomberman.
Put him in Smash.
I played some version of Bomberman once for like 10
He's an
minutes.
assist trophy, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the most Bomberman exposure I've had.
Are we sure this isn't fake news? I might have just shared that and like this wasn't. I don't see any articles about that.
I found the tweet.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, I'm hoping it's true. And I'm also hoping they eventually make a new Time Splitters, but that's just not going to happen.
I think they just pulled a Todd Howard. They were like, by the way,
Todd
we're
Howard.
making a new game. Be excited.
Okay.
And that's all.
4 times this big.
Do we want to talk about anything else from Tokyo Game Show since we're on the topic?
No,
We
they showed off
got that
Gogeta.
for last week.
He's coming to Dragon Ball Fighters, and he's.
Did we talk about it? Did we talk about this last week?
Welcome, Rico. Thanks for the 100 sparks.
Oh, should I be on the stream?
Yes. Gogeta's in Fighters.
Yeah, showed off his moveset and gave a release date, and looks like he's going to be GT Goku 2 Electric Boogaloo, and that he's going to again redefine the meta and be the meta knight of this game.
But Gogeta's cool, so I'm fine with that.
Fair enough. We'll see.
They should
They,
both sell.
They actually should, but they did this really weird thing where they're like, we're not going to patch the game anymore this year, and then we're going to release a bunch of DLC characters and give them a bunch of tools that we took away from everyone in the last few patches, and it worked out well for Janemba. He's like mid-tier with a really cool gimmick, and then we have GT Goku, who's just broken. And Gogeta looks to be that time. So here's hoping the game just doesn't, get ruined again.
Isn't the game already ruined?
Yeah, it's in a really bad spot, but it's okay. They're only making 3 other fighting games, so they're definitely gonna work on this one some way.
Yeah, they're working on Blaze Blue. That's the correct pronunciation, not Blaz Blue. Stupid. Should have put.
Grand Blue.
Yeah, Grand
Fantasy,
Blue.
Rematch, Guilty Gear,
And
Blaze Blue. That Kill la Kill game. Lol.
they're still working on that?
No,
That
Oh,
it released.
out.
okay.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, Dragon Ball's dead.
I have to earn hearts in my own chat. Am I on my own channel? That's interesting.
Score's not looking too good.
I want to buy Fighters, but you keep telling me bad things.
Yeah, but Mitch is like critical fighting game. You might enjoy it if you.
You should also note that I also hate Smash.
I mean, I kind of hate Smash.
Ooh.
See me in
Sometimes.
Guilty Gear.
It's still my favorite video game though. I have a weird love-hate relationship with that game.
I mean, other than their patch culture, the only like most of the issues for fighters come from them wanting to make it really accessible. So they leave in really dumb things and they take out really cool things.
Isn't that the problem with Street Fighter 5 too? At least the vanilla.
I have no
Street
idea.
Fighter.
Get Guilty Gear 2020.
Yeah, Gabe.
That,
Yeah.
yes,
See me in
Julian,
that.
that is actually one that I had.
Horror
Are you actually gonna-
Beast.
Are you gonna buy Guilty Gear, Laurel, when
Are
it comes
you?
out?
Oh,
Maybe.
miss me with that shit. Get Grand Blue.
Oh.
That is a thing.
And Laurel said Under Night In-Birth. That's the shortening of it.
Oh,
Mauricio.
Did Arc Systems make that too?
Yes.
What?
I think so. Yeah.
Jeez.
Grand Blue, yes.
I mean, Under Night In-Birth.
Oh, they did.
Unist.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They make Under Night In-Birth.
they make a lot.
Cross Tag Battle. That's them too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of killing it.
Well, yeah, they're the anime fighter game dev. So
They're making so many in like such quick succession. Like, it's not even a year between them.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
they're apparently like mostly pretty darn good.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for a second Dragon Ball iteration where they can actually take some time to change the mechanics and not just mildly adjust them. And I'm thinking because Bandai wants a new Dragon Ball game every year, we're gonna get Kakarot next year, and then probably another Xenoverse, and then probably Fighters, Super Fighters. I don't know. That's my deep dive. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Speaking of Bomberman and bombs, Warframe was review bombed
Oh god.
by
Okay.
Chinese
There we
players.
go.
I like that transition. Oh, you're getting better at this.
I have to admit, I agree.
So
One-handed run for
Mitch,
loss.
this is your domain here.
Yeah,
What
Magritte.
happened here?
Basically, they had some volunteer translator who broke NDA and got fired, and then went on a whole "I'm the victim" posting spree, and then some people were like, "No, you're not," but then China was like, "Yes, he is," and then apparently this only got big news because someone purposely mistranslated a review bomb and made it about Hong Kong somehow, and now everyone's talking about it. So it's really kind of something.
Yeah. To be
There's really not much to it. That's how most of Warframe's controversies go. Something really minor happens, and then everyone just gets up in arms about it.
Yeah, apparently there was like literally one review that mentioned like the Taiwan thing. Most of them weren't about that. In fact,
Most of them were just mad this guy got fired for breaking NDA.
yeah, but apparently like a couple were about Taiwan because it was just while getting review bombed by people from China, a couple of them chimed in like, "Hey, you in your country selector, you offer Hong Kong, but really that means that should be a country and region selector because Hong Kong is not a country." You know, salt. So, though,
What, Taiwan?
real question.
Or...
Like, I always find that kind of interesting. I mean, obviously, I'm not, from China, but like, if somebody listed Illinois, or like, you know what? Let's choose a state like most of us don't like. Like, let's say Florida was listed as a country.
What's wrong with Florida?
If somebody listed Florida as a country
Oregon exists.
in Warframe, would anyone
Alabama,
give a
please.
shit? Like, would you care at all if Florida was listed
American
as a
wouldn't care 'cause
country?
That's like.
I would
like,
get a chuckle out of that and move on.
Yep. Right.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter to us. I mean, like Hong Kong had a whole history of being colonized by the English, and
I
then
mean,
eventually
The South tried.
Chinese got it back, and though it's governed as its own thing, and China's supposed to not do it for a few years. But that's gonna come up anyways. And then Macau, like there's precedence in China for that to be like an issue, especially with Taiwan, where China's like, no, Taiwan, you're a part of China. No, we're our own thing. And the UN is like, I don't know. That's weird.
It's like, well,
I
we
mean-
want to trade with them, so we're not going to.
They have their own autonomous government. I mean, like Puerto Rico, like is listed as a country on country selectors, and I don't think that offends any Americans.
No.
Do most Americans know Puerto Rico's a actually? Yeah, we should now after the hurricane.
I think most
Wait, what does the
Americans
hurricane
do,
have to do with
but there's probably plenty of Americans who don't, and that's the sad part.
Wasn't Puerto
Yeah.
Rico going to be a state at one point? Like, and then they just didn't.
They have applied for statehood numerous times. So is Guam. Which I mean, I'm still kind of surprised Puerto Rico isn't a state at this point. I mean,
I think in the
Guam
current
out there.
government, it's where nothing happens, they're probably not going to get something as big as a state passed.
Yeah.
no, yeah, nothing happens in the government now. So, which is
Could you imagine them being like, oh, let's move some of the electoral college to one specific party? Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, politics aside. Actually, you know what? Speaking of politics, this is a terrible transition. Speaking of politics, E3 is proposing, the ESA is supposedly proposing a rebranding for E3 2020 as the Fan Media and Influencer Festival.
You should pull up the original article because the one I linked to you guys is trash.
What's the original article?
Is it Eurogamer, the one that you have on the stream right now?
Yeah?
Okay, yeah, that's the trash article. They linked the original article in the
Game Daily?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is E3 trying to stay relevant because a lot of companies are pulling out of E3 or just not showing up. Like Sony didn't even show up to E3 last year. Nintendo does their own thing with Nintendo Directs. I mean, they do show up, but they don't show up in a physical sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, E3 wants to rebrand themselves into a convention sort of like GamesCon, something like that.
Honestly,
The author of the go ahead.
I mean, on the surface, that sounds like a good thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
E3 in its current state is kind of awful for devs.
Yeah.
It's like make a trailer for a game that is going to come out in 3 years, and then we'll completely change it.
Yeah, and playing trailers for just a bunch of people live. It's kind of whatever. It's kind of
Yeah.
pointless. It's a very expensive way of showing somebody a trailer.
Yeah.
It's there's a community around E3.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they don't need to physically be there. Like people,
Yeah.
The vast majority of people are just tuning in, like remotely anyway, or gonna watch
Right.
highlights of it. Which, then, and even the media people, they're all of course gonna be watching it. In fact, even more media people will be watching it than would ever be able to be there in person. So it seems kind of pointless. I like the idea of it becoming more of like a GamesCon kind of thing where also they do a bunch of announcements and all that kind of stuff, like alongside it all.
See, the author of this article disagrees with you because he says it will get lost in the fold with all the other gaming conventions.
Is it not already? I mean,
of course he's going to push it's controversial so he gets more clicks.
Also he's a member of the media though, which is what current E3 is made for.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
told
like-
Mauricio. Like the author might be salty because he's part of the media, and they're like lessening media
This
presence.
was the media's con. Now it's less.
Don't,
Sounds like
don't
it'll
get on
be
the
less.
media's bad side because they will beat the shit out of you, right, Julian?
Sure.
I mean, you saw that CP0 guy. Didn't stand a chance.
Oh, okay. I know that's what you were referencing. Okay.
Sorry, that was a One Piece reference.
It's a One Piece reference.
Okay.
I can carry on.
Anyway, this was, I guess, one of the proposed floor plans. Which, man, Nintendo's got a lot of space.
Welcome
Don't they always have a lot of space?
This is
Welcome
like.
to GameStop.
Wait, no. What is this? Wait, what am I looking at?
Isn't that
is-
the leak?
Is this? No. This has to be old, right?
Is it? I'm not looking at the article.
Well, there's a big. No, I guess it's not that old. Why is there a giant Sega section?
Just because they're on a
Sega?
console doesn't mean they're not relevant.
Yeah, they're relevant.
That would put them
Like
as the
Bethesda.
second biggest person here.
They got a lot of
Everything
games.
Sega has games.
Have you played the Sonic game? Did that make sense? Neither does this.
Wow.
Rest my case.
Jake is
Wow.
being a game supremacist. I don't feel comfortable.
So,
Now let me ask you: if you made one change, i.e., what if Todd Howard worked for Sega? Do you think it would be bigger? No, because it's already as big as it can be.
so I guess a part of the reason why this is happening is, like was pointed out by this guy, E3 has some of the smallest attendance of like any of the big game shows. Like Gamescom has approximately 5 times.
Don't they like charge
the
a
number of
lot
people?
to get in?
For what?
Do they?
E3?
Yeah.
I mean,
I really don't know how it works.
I mean, E3. The thing is, E3 has like E3 isn't usually held at like places that can house a ton of people, honestly, because it's really a media event. So it's just sort of weird. They're just sort of a. It's just different. It's different than the other cons, which I mean is fine. And it's the biggest. It's probably the biggest one because it's just a giant media storm. Like the biggest one, like for announcements and all that kind of thing. Because it gets way more media attention. And also,
Well,
I think
the
it's
biggest
like
because it was like the only one. It was the only one for a while, and that was the only way people
yeah.
on the internet stopped being relevant. It's like, why would you go to this thing when watch the?
Right, but 373,000 people went to Gamescom,
Yeah.
whereas only 66,000 people went to E3.
Well, that's because Gamescom also covers all of Europe. You know, E3 is mostly just, North America with predominantly just state. It's a bigger chain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, of course Gamescom is going to have way more people because that's all, it's supposed to cover all of Europe.
Yeah.
At least, that's the way I've.
But North America
on
is
Podcast
also
Unlocked, they talk.
How
North America is also the biggest video game market in the world. Yeah,
about China
we
and
have
phones?
we have the smallest cons, which I mean, it could just
We're
be
bigger
part
than
of the
Japan.
I mean, we have a
For
lot more
what?
people. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think it's close. I think the United
Yeah.
States spends the most on video games in the world, like by far.
Yeah.
We're like way above everyone else.
Okay.
So, citation needed on that, but like when I last looked at numbers for that, it was the U.S.
For
is
your
definitely the
citation,
biggest market.
you can ask someone in the audience, and then they say yes or no. Then they have to be correct because you interviewed random people. That's how
is
science works.
a good point, and I could probably just like market share by country.
I mean,
And that wasn't the response I was expecting, but okay, I dig it.
it's not close to America.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear what Lerone said.
He
He
said it's not
said-
close. It isn't close. Is what he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, the hardware sales for Switch aren't that bad, but overall, it's definitely not close.
But the Switch has sold better in the United States than in Japan.
I mean, it probably has. It's 9 million in Japan.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
you're
Well, it
saying the
hasn't
Switch
hit. It's
sold-
almost 9 million.
Oh yeah, the Switch Lite came out like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Came
Yeah,
out
It comes
tomorrow.
out.
It comes out.
tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, Switch Lite comes out tomorrow, so that'll be interesting.
No, it came out tomorrow. Shut up.
Is Rico Snow buying one like day one? Jake, she said she was interested.
I
Doesn't
have
Jake
not
have a
heard
Switch?
any word. I
So
don't
what's
think
the-
so.
No.
At least not day one.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
PS4 lifetime is 94 million, and 7 million of those are Japan.
Said 7 or 70.
7
Seven.
million.
So like none of it's in
And
Japan.
Yeah.
the Switch has outsold the PS4 and the Pro put together in Japan.
Christ.
That really makes sense.
Only by like 700K, but
Wait, how many?
still did it.
What's the Switch look like in America?
I'd have to find that.
Also, just looking at like total game sales revenue, the United States is the biggest in the world, just beating out China. Keep in mind that China has over 4 times our population.
Right.
That's actually really impressive.
So
So does China really just only buy like phone games, or does that not myth too?
Japan, by the way,
Wow,
like
you-
per capita, actually does appear to spend more money on video games than us by a little bit. But we have more than double their population, so
Yeah, when I brought
we
up that
ju-
point, I
we- we beat them.
kind of forgot about population.
Yeah, we're a lot bigger.
So I think I misheard you. You said we have double the population of China?
Over double the population of Japan.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
China has over 4 times our population.
We're past 400 now, right?
Us?
Yes.
330 million.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
Yeah, our population's
close.
stagnating.
Ooh.
Good.
That's what happens in modern society.
Yeah.
People
Japan's-
get educated.
Japan's
They're like, wait,
declining.
more kids means more problems. No, 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 no.
Huh, Germany has less people in it than I thought it did. Only 82 million. But anyway,
Yeah, this is off topic.
yeah, moving right along. Speaking of tons of money, Apple has released, unveiled Apple Arcade, their new
Okay, yeah, what is
gaming
this?
subscription service. So, here's the deal. It is basically it's Netflix but for games for mobile phones, specifically for iPhones.
Then why the hell? Wait, what?
Okay, so the way it works is you pay $5 a month and you have access to over 100 games in the service. But the way it works is all those games have no way to spend money on them. Like once you've paid into the service, there's no microtransactions, nothing. You get the
Interesting.
whole game.
Wow.
So that's the appeal of
Do
this.
those exist anymore?
So that's the whole appeal. There's over 100 in this service, some of which like exist now with like microtransactions, but the one that in this version will be microtransaction free. You will be able to earn all those things in game
Wow.
without microtransactions.
Wow.
So that's what makes this a really interesting service. Microtransactions
Apple's
are
trying to
totally
save the
banned
market.
in this, and it's $5 a month, but you can split it with up to 5 people. So $1 a month per person if you can get 5 people in it.
If only we were best of 5. Jeez.
That honestly, if you play mobile games ever, that seems like a steal. As long as there's
Yeah.
enough games in there to keep you interested, and supposedly there's
100 games.
it's
So
starting
if you
with
like
100 games.
5% of the games on the list, you'll be fine.
So yeah, there's a lot on here. I don't know a lot of them. One of them is Frogger, but that's
Hey,
I mean, you could just like Google Frogger and be playing it.
there's probably 20 Frogger knockoffs.
yeah, but it's Frogger in Toy Town from Konami.
From Konami, huh?
Rayman
Konami,
Mini
you
from
say.
Ubisoft. So yeah, Ubisoft games, Sega games. They got some. So I haven't looked at the whole list of games, and I don't know enough mobile games to even know anything anyway. I'm not sure if they've even shown the whole games list yet, because it's not out yet. I don't remember when it's. Oh, it comes out today. So you can probably look at the full list now, because it is now out.
Are you buying that, Loro? Or-
No.
Oh, okay.
Why Larone?
Because he
He
plays
plays mobile
games on iOS.
Yeah, and on iOS.
I don't pay for
Right, if you're already spending $0, then probably not. But
Yeah.
if you and 4 friends play some mobile games and any of these games look interesting at $1 a month, this is
That's a
weird.
steal.
It's a good deal, and it's an Apple product. It's crazy.
Got him.
But I kind of like this. It's almost like a somewhat of a stance Apple's taking against like microtransaction mobile games, which has been a hot topic lately too. So
It feels so weird rooting for Apple.
yeah, I mean this is just I think a good thing for the industry. And I mean iOS users are also the ones who spend the most amount of money on mobile games, like more than any other platform by far. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what effect this has on things. It is remarkably cheap. Like I wonder how it's worth it for the developers. But we'll see. It is certainly neat. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
else
heard.
to say about it. Yeah, also, it's Apple, so they're like, any games in the Apple Arcade, not only are they not allowed to have microtransactions, they're not allowed to collect any data, they're not allowed to do location data, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So,
I saw headlines for that, and I was just like, okay, like I didn't really care because it was mobile stuff, and I don't really play mobile games, but
yeah, that's what I thought too. But once I started looking into it, it's like, wow, this is actually kind of interesting.
yeah. What are the games? I mean, like, does anyone know the games?
There's Frogger.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I have some of the games on screen now. I just don't know, like
No, yeah, the
Enchanted
screen.
World, Where Cards Fall, Shinsake, Into the Depths. Oh yeah, here's the full list. Oh man, this is a
I know
big
none
one.
of this. Holy
This is a
crap!
big list. I mean, I don't know mobile games at all, so like I have no
Yeah.
idea what of this is
Angry Birds.
known. For those who do, I'm just scrolling through the list on.
How do you
Stream.
spell that one game?
Gonna have to be a bit more descriptive.
Yeah, I don't. I've already forgotten whatever it was. I know what you're talking about, but I already forgot.
You literally just read it.
Yeah, but it was not English.
Then how did you read it?
Shinsake or something.
Well, because
Tell
it
me how
was
you spell
Shinsake?
it, goddammit.
something. I can look at it. I'm actually should be about to hit it on this list that I'm scrolling through for this stream.
What the heck is even any of this stuff? I
I
Yeah.
don't know. There's a lot of games on this list. Hey, Pac-Man Party
Pac-Man
Royale.
Party Royale. Oh, I recognize Pac-Man.
Pinball Wizard.
Do they have Pokemon Pinball on there? We need a good mobile Pokemon
Punch
Pinball.
Planet. There you go.
Rayman
A
Mini.
fighting game. Oh, Rayman Mini.
Rayman Mini.
Uh,
Sayonara. Wait, I think I might have heard
Sh-
Sayonara. Wild.
Shantae and the Seven Sirens.
Oh.
What?
Oh wait,
Shantae?
that's the that's like the episode 1 of the. That's completely different than what
Okay.
you think.
It's
Okay.
Shinasakai Deep Sea is the name of the game, Mauricio.
Shin Sakai.
Oh, Shin Sakai.
Okay. You pronounced that horribly.
Shenmue.
Oh, hey,
You
Skate
pronounced it
City.
horribly, like, twice.
Yeah, I pronounced
No,
it
I
terribly.
remember hearing something about
Sonic
Shinsekai
Racing.
sometime.
Is on there.
What'd you say,
Sonic
Mauricio?
Riders?
That I remember hearing something about Shinsekai.
Are they putting him in Smash too?
Game. That's
Steven
Steven
Universe,
Universe.
Unleash the Light.
Unleash the what?
Light.
Oh, I thought you said the Blight, and I was very confused.
What the Golf? I've heard of that game. Where the Cards Fall, supposedly that's supposed to be good. I've heard of that one. And there you go. That's the end of the list
Meh.
Okay.
for the opening set of games. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of games that have like real content on here. So
I dig it.
yeah, iOS users, if you play games, might be worth giving it a shot. The first 2 months are free, I'm pretty sure too. So
Jeez. It's like, oh no, everyone thinks Xbox Game Pass and this thing's gonna fail, but then they're like, it's practically free.
People thought Game
yeah,
Pass was
these pricing models are probably
Until
unsustainable.
they brought it to
but
PC.
To get people
Oh.
on board, I get with Xbox Game Pass and Apple Arcade, I get a little bit of the Movie Pass vibe. Not as extreme, but like a little bit of the Movie Pass vibe. For those who know about Movie Pass.
You brought that up, and I forgot what that was.
Movie Pass was it was just basically like it was a subscription service for seeing movies in the theater.
Right,
But
right.
when it came out, it was $10 a month for unlimited movies in the movie theater. It made no sense. It was like
It's less than a single movie. What?
less than a single
Yeah.
movie in a lot of regions. So it was kind of
I guess-
ridiculous.
So that's definitely a up the price later, but get people in the door. This is the movie theater they go to when they see movies.
Yeah, but the problem is they kept that pricing model around for so long that they quickly got 3 million people on the platform, right? And that's a lot of money. The average person, because they recently declared bankruptcy, so a whole bunch of stuff came
Oh.
out about their finances, Yeah, surprise, surprise. This company put themselves deeply into debt because the average person who was using MoviePass was going to 2.7 movies a month at $12 a ticket. And they're spending $10 a month, keep in mind. So the average person was getting $30 a month in movie tickets for $10 a month. And it's not like that like MoviePass had special deals with the theaters. They were literally like loading a credit card basically for you to buy the ticket at the theater. So like that was actually just cash basically that they were giving you to buy movie tickets. So yeah, it was legitimately costing them 3 times as much than the users were paying.
People come to the movies, they think, I'm not paying for the ticket, I'll buy some candy, and then I'm sure they make money that way.
Well, MoviePass doesn't make that money.
I guess I don't know what MoviePass is. Is MoviePass its own business?
Yeah, MoviePass was the service. You paid MoviePass $10 a month, and they would buy you an unlimited number of tickets at movie theaters. Any movie theater.
Oh, that's...
That was like in their list,
That's
which is basically just any
laundering scheme.
It was a horrible.
What else could that possibly be?
No, that's not how money laundering schemes work. Money laundering schemes have to make money. They were deeply in debt. They were really deep in the hole.
Yeah,
There's a lot more
to the whole movie pass debacle.
Yeah, like they lowered they had like their pricing model like MoviePass existed long before the $10 a month thing. It was like more expensive, more like $30 a month I think originally, and they had less subscribers. But then like some bigger company bought it, and they're like, all right, to get more people on the platform, we're going to do a promotional price of $10 a month. But they did a bad job of showing us a promotional price, and they were getting people so fast. They're like, let's just try to get as many people on the platform as possible, and keep this $10 a month pricing going as long as possible, and keep borrowing money. And then once they started like getting deeply into debt and they needed to change their pricing model, they started trying to make changes, and just like everyone left the platform. People were just in it to get to scam them out of some free movie money basically, and then once they started pricing it fairly, everyone just dipped.
I don't see how that service
as I was trying to say,
could ever expect to have anything other than people trying to abuse it. Because if they're charging a fair price, why would I use it? Like, buy,
Mitch, can you hear Mauricio?
Let the man talk.
You're literally
I
I was
talking.
trying to talk, and then Jake cut me off, and he cut me off to stutter, and then Mitch cut me off to do whatever.
I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, you are super quiet. I didn't hear you. I didn't know I cut you off.
All right, MoviePass. Go to Internet Today on YouTube because they've been covering MoviePass for almost since its inception, and maybe not since its inception, but they've covered pretty much every big news about MoviePass ever. And just yesterday they put up a video that kind of chronicled its beginning and up to it's defunct as of the 14th. So I would look at Internet Today's video and then all their other videos about MoviePass because it's pretty crazy. The deal was insanely good, and to the point where they were hemorrhaging money so fast. They're like, hold on, well, here's the new deal, and it was still good, but it was it was nothing compared to the original one. And then they still weren't making money. They had to get at one point they had to get an emergency $10 million loan just to have the service work so people can go get the movies or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was all nuts. And Internet Today covered it a lot. So if you're at all curious about checking out this crazy deep rabbit hole, I would go to their channel and check it out.
Yeah. The only other thing I'll mention about MoviePass that was kind of wild is the CEO for a good portion of its run was one of the founders of Netflix. A guy who was part of Netflix and Redbox. Believe it or not, there was one guy who was actually part of both of those companies at separate times in their foundation, and he was also part of MoviePass. And you would think this guy of all people should know this industry better than anyone else, but he was still part of this epic train wreck. Anyway, that was an extreme tangent, but that's okay because we're about to go into our main topic, which is also going to be a train wreck.
Do we have like some more
Stop
news?
podcast.
There's one more news topic that will be at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah, right. The funny news. Okay.
So, we're gonna talk about Pokemon today.
All right.
Wait, what?
This is a little bit of a silly topic.
Okay.
What? Are you serious?
So,
I swear to God.
maybe I don't know if you guys have been
I'm
around
so
Twitter
mad right
lately.
What?
We're actually doing this.
Larone might know what I'm talking about, but
I have no idea.
there is a twist on this. I am not posing the original question. I am posing a different question. The original question is garbage. So maybe you guys have seen this. It's been trending a bit on Twitter lately. There has been the question: who would win in an all-out battle?
Oh, the one
One
billion
of-
lines.
one of each-
Arceus is Jesus.
Wait,
He can control time.
Alright,
Garbage out of my face.
All right, yes. This is a stupid argument.
I can't hear it at
I'll
all.
finish saying the question prompt. The question prompt was who would win in an all-out battle? One of each Pokemon with, assuming basically their powers, their full powers, or a billion lions.
Yeah, Pokemon will win. Yeah, this one of them's
Just
God.
Give me
Dialga.
Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, and you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giratina
That's all
controls
you need.
antimatter, so there's that. And then you have the beings of emotion,
You have
willpower.
Jesus and the Lords of Time and Space.
I
What
mean,
else do you
like,
need?
what's the
Yeah.
lion gonna do to Geodude?
So,
Exactly.
yes, this
It's bad.
is a silly question. A fairly silly question prompt. People interpreted it in numerous ways, like, but are they following, like, Pokemon, like, the game battle rules, and Pokemon have PP,
They have to wait for the
and that
other
kind of
turn.
nonsense, and it's
That
turn-based.
doesn't matter.
But, like, anyway, forgetting all that, that's not the question I'm posing today, because that isn't all that interesting of a question. What is interesting is what is the fewest number of Pokemon you can get rid of and have the Lions have a chance to win?
Oh.
So, obviously, there are a couple of extremely overpowered Pokemon
have to
that
get
probably
rid of all
have
the
to be
good ones.
deleted, like, immediately.
Alright, delete legendaries.
Yeah.
Anything that can fly
hmm
and has ranged attacks.
Anything that can. Well, that's all of them.
Well, ranged attacks...
I mean, put together, fly and has to have
Oh,
both.
I see.
I say it has to have both. Yeah, that's probably the case for a
If they
lot
can
of
fly and shoot, then it just never gets hit.
that very
Okay.
well may be.
I feel like you gotta drop Diglett in Doug Trio. They're just go underground, just shake it. Never be seen again. Just kill everything.
What about like Pokemon like Alolan Executor? Like, are we counting Alolan forms too, or just-
Sure.
What does
One of
Alolan Executor bring to the table?
It's
That's a
tall
great
as
question.
heck.
I mean,
Yeah, but
that's
does
probably
that
one of
really
the
matter?
That's probably one of the weakest Pokemon to bring.
I guess lions hunt giraffes, so that probably wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Also remember,
It's
in
not like
in
they're-
this case, the Pokemon, the Lions outnumber the Pokemon 1,000,000 to 1. So for like, if 1,000,000 lions have to die to kill one Pokemon, that's fine. That's worth it for the Lions.
Where is this first?
Yeah, okay, so the situation that I basically imagine for this is it's basically a enormous, like, gigantic, wide open field, like you would think of a typical, like, wide open battlefield that is
A billion
the
lions.
starting
No.
the starting
Really big
case is
field.
got 1,000,000,000 lions on one side of the line and now roughly 900 Pokemon on the other side
So
of the
they're
line.
all present at the beginning.
Yes.
There's enough room for a billion.
There's enough room for 1,000,000,000 lions.
Okay.
There's
Do Mega
And-
Evolutions count?
Okay,
I'm-
no, that's.
and then
those
I'm just
aren't
gonna
decks.
say in this world it's grass in all directions except for in the middle there's a big lake that can where the water.
How
Pokemon
big are the
live.
So
Third
just
pick.
set them on fire. Use the game.
So
Jake, this is stupid.
this is
It is.
Yeah.
I did say that it
No.
was stupid.
No, your setup is dumb too. Just like it's just a big grass field with some water for the water type.
It's just
That's
No, let's not attack the man.
I mean
He's just having fun. Okay. It can be dumb. It can be fun.
no,
and
you
dumb.
couldn't have
That's-
just said like dude. It's all the Pokemon versus a billion lions. Like, You could have said like.
Well,
a-
see,
a
no, it's not
planet,
all
like-
of them because they obviously.
It's like
win.
in Predators. I got a better one here. It's in Predators, the movie, where it's just a jungle that's it's a planet that's a giant jungle. That's the terrain they get. Giant jungle.
How's that any?
So set that on fire. Easy game.
Set the jungle
Basically,
on fire.
I think like
What are the Lions gonna do about it?
anything with an AOE attack should probably be removed, and then the Lions have a chance.
And I
I
mean,
don't know, dude.
is AOE enough necessarily? There's
Oh, yeah, how big are we how big is Earthquake?
Yeah, like how big is
Yeah.
Surf?
How big is a Draco meteor? How big is
Draco, yeah.
I need to know things.
I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of that stuff we have pretty limited information on, for sure.
So, what I'm basing it on is the games, and the games AOE attacks hit everyone. So I assume an AOE attack would hit all of the Lions at
So
once.
if it uses Earthquake, it's going
So-
to hit a
Yeah,
billion.
an Earthquake would one-shot every single Lion at once.
Earthquake would
Well,
one shot all
Okay,
the Lions.
but I guess I would point
So we
out.
have to remove things like Diglett and Larvitar.
I
and
would
Geodude.
point out in things like that though. Remember, we're in the real world. Earthquakes don't kill lions. Like earthquakes, like
I'm not so sure about that.
I mean they I mean like earthquakes. People die in earthquakes because things fall onto them. But like just shake. It doesn't matter if the ground shakes violently. It's not
I'm
gonna.
pretty sure the
hurt.
idea is like the ground breaks up and then like attacks.
Yeah, it depends
I
on
think-
the animation.
Yeah, who was feeling it that day? Super effective if they're underground.
True.
What?
I mean, hell, just have something with sand attack. You'd never lose. Or minimize. Never get hit.
It's like, yeah, is Hyper Beam and like Giga Impact allowed?
Are those even that good?
Well, I guess they would have to rest. I guess not. Do the Lions have like a type?
Normal.
They're all normal, so I bring like a fighting type and then they just
I mean,
lose.
Come
What
on,
fighting AOE do you have? That's
Yeah, but like,
Okay.
but it's like
I don't
remember,
think
it's,
that's
Anime
effective.
characters.
it's
That's
a
the
million.
best.
It's still 1,000,000 to 1. So like, it doesn't matter if you kill 100,000 lions if they can still continuously
if they
attack you.
take out your ace, you're done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's. I'll have more than one ace.
You said that the Pokemon were at their full power.
I thought the premise was to make the Lions have a chance.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is we need to eliminate strategic
Pretty much
anything with
most
an AOE
legendary.
move. All the legendaries are out
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
most of them
I'm
have
not
some
sure-
sort
I'm
of
not sure-
broken.
Yeah.
I'm
There's one
sure we can
interesting.
think of a couple legend.
There's one interesting legendary I wanted to bring up specifically that I am
Rotom?
Yveltal? Yveltal?
Veltal.
Veltal.
Yveltal.
It's a bird.
Y
Well,
Pokemon.
Not exactly a bird, but
Well,
it can fly.
Yveltal has a particular.
And it can heal.
Well, see, its thing is if it dies, it takes all the life force of all living things to become reborn. Which I
Oh,
interpret
we're-
as if it
How we're
dies,
going with that.
if it dies, literally everything else on the planet dies.
There you go. Anything that knows self-destruct, it's a.
Is that like
We're
in the decks or something?
We're going with Pokedex entries now.
Yeah.
Then just get a Markargo, whatever that
Right.
thing's called. And nuke the whole planet.
I mean, like, the Lions could probably beat a Magikarp.
Okay, so let's start. So all right, we're gonna start by we're just gonna eliminate all legendaries. Do we think there's any legendaries that don't stand a chance against the Lions?
Well, there are
Go through.
Billion.
Are we counting like Fion? or
there
Rotom?
are plenty of
How
legendaries
do they
that
like
aren't powerhouse.
attack that?
Oh, they're yeah. Can they even like attack ghosts? Like
No.
Well, if
Can we change
No.
the premise to like
ghosts are out.
just
So
one
okay.
something?
So there was a very silly argument that I saw about
Get out,
ghost type.
get rid of psychic types because they could just pick up a whole herd of lions.
Well, if there's a billion of them though, so like unless it can pick up all of them, it's eventually.
Yeah,
gonna
there's
get-
tons
Okay,
of psychics.
do the
though.
Pokemon have PP?
No.
I
How
don't.
would we
I don't
even like
think
balance
so.
that?
I don't think so. It doesn't. I don't. I'll say as the moderator of this particular scenario, no, because this isn't
Okay.
like game mechanic Pokemon. This is like what if Pokemon were creatures moved into the real
so
world.
it's what it needs to be for this to be realistic.
Seer
I mean,
Achiever
lions
in the
don't have
chat-
PP, so
Seer Achiever in the chat says 1 billion lions probably takes up an area about twice the size of New York City's land area. They all huddle together.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's
I
a
don't think huddling
fuckload of
together
them.
is the strat though.
Yeah, probably not. I imagine they split. Oh,
Did the
what up,
did the
Skull?
corpses disappear?
Do the corpses disappear?
No. That's why you just set the whole place on fire.
I also
He's
wondered
like,
about electric type, like electric area of effect attacks. Like how do
Depends on the
lions deal
terrain.
with that?
Well, they
That's why I said any AOE you need to go.
Oh, like, wait, can you? Are there status conditions? Can we like paralyze them and poison them?
I mean,
Yes.
how
yes,
big
absolutely.
is Thunderwave? Is that really worth your time?
No, I'm just
Why
wondering.
don't you just discharge and look?
Yeah, oh yeah, like discharge is an AOE attack. Does it hit all of them or like?
Yeah, it's everything.
You only need 2
Wow.
Pokemon to win. Something that can make it rain. Something that can use
You just
electricity.
have to decide how big the range is.
So
Rain
they
makes
don't have a
electric
chance.
moves-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rain makes electric moves not miss. So
It's just thunder,
Oh
yeah,
but thunder isn't AOE.
Discharge.
yeah.
just
But
doesn't
Rain makes
miss.
Rain makes it unmiss, and it rains everywhere, so it would hit all of them at once.
Okay, so I think we have to eliminate at least most of the legendaries.
Eliminate the
there-
ghost types too, because like they,
Yeah.
they can't.
Okay. So I did see a very silly argument about ghost types, but I think it's so bite is a dark type move in Pokemon,
Oh, so it would be super
and
effective.
lions
Okay.
bite,
Okay.
but is
Not
a lion's bite really
A
the
lion isn't a
same as a
Pokemon.
Pokemon's
Do
bite?
you want them to have a chance?
I don't know how to answer that.
The
No, a
it's
lion is
weird
not a
because the
Pokemon.
Pokedex entry, like the whatever the in-game description for bite, because I looked it up, is like that it's just like a bite using vicious fangs, which I think lions would fall under that category. So like the
Okay,
reasoning that
I buy
like some Pokemon can't learn bite because they don't have the vicious fangs required to do it. So interpret that as you will.
I'd say it falls in
No,
line
you
with the
can't
other
stop
assumptions.
there.
we've
Now you
made.
got to go through everything else and every other move that exists in Pokemon and say, well, can a lion do this?
Why? Why
That
can't we
changes
just
everything.
say this one's good and the other one's not? This is a silly argument to begin with.
So like,
Yeah, we also don't need to go through all the moves of the lions, just don't need them. I only bring that one up because it's possibly the only way
Alright,
they
If
can attack
if a lion
ghosts.
can only use 4 moves, what would they be? Bite, tackle, scratch.
Well, okay, the other
I don't
question
know,
is if
surf.
could they use other
Surf.
Pokemon to attack, like if the lions somehow like
Wait, are the
try
lions
to
Pokemon
use
trainers?
other Pokemon like to their advantage to fight ghosts? Like they
What do you mean,
somehow
what?
No, they're not that smart. What?
that's probably part of the problem. And
Well,
I
they
have a
force something to
second
self-destruct.
I have a second prompt, by the way, that's after this prompt that will be interesting.
like also, like would the lions be intelligent enough to use bite on like a consistent basis against ghost types?
If we base off the Pokemon AI, no.
Yeah. Like, do they have Pokemon AI? Like,
I
Will they-
imagine
will they just-
they have. They have exactly enough intelligence to know that their goal is to eliminate all Pokemon, I guess.
okay.
Because they're somehow in an all-out war with Pokemon, so I guess they gotta know that much. They gotta know that their goal is to kill the Pokemon.
And I just feel like if a lion goes up and bites a Pokemon, by Pokemon rules, that really isn't that effective. But if a Pokemon, like, uses Scratch on a lion, that lion's probably dead.
Yeah, probably. I mean, depends. Like, if it's like a little, like, fucking Rattata or something, the Rattata probably needs to get a few hits on a lion just because of, the sheer size difference.
Yeah.
Can I like
Can
teach?
we replace the lions with Pyroars?
Can I teach my Rattata Endeavor and Quick Attack?
Sure, you said full power.
I think
Okay.
I kind of see them as more of, like, Pokedex and anime, more so than, like, what moves they can happen to learn, but I think I'm okay with either way. It's kind of a, it's an open-ended prompt.
Okay. What do the Pokemon have hold items? Like,
Oh yeah, can they heal?
we'll just say they came unequipped. They weren't.
Oh, then I.
They were all just teleported here to fight some lions.
Snorlax with leftovers, can he be beat?
Who was there was a Pokemon I brought up yesterday that I don't remember the name of when I was debating this.
Flussel.
He's really strong, like his
Oshawott.
Machamp.
okay.
Give me more description.
Yeah, he's Gollum.
Oh, yeah,
Golem.
Geodude.
Oh, yeah, it's a rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, all steel types can they even beat
How do they
her?
like beat a rock?
Yeah, how do they beat steel types and rock types?
Yeah, that's my question. Do they need to? Is it possible for the lions to do anything to like Golem?
Well, if by Pokemon rules, I'll just do half damage, so they just
I mean,
have
if
to
we're
hit more.
using dark
plenty of
bites, then sure. But
Yeah,
if
they-
they're
they're-
real life,
I mean,
They
no.
just have to hit it plenty of times. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're basically. They're just. Because the problem with Golem specifically is in its one of its Pokedex entries, it describes Golem as having like a surface so hard that dynamite won't scratch it.
Okay.
Which
Well, that's just not true.
Pokedex entries can't be trusted.
okay. I have
They consistently make no sense, even in the
Yes.
world of Pokemon.
I will defend that in saying that we have to trust at least the most recent Pokedex entries the same way. Like
what I'm
if
saying
you
is
look
that
at
the
like
Pokedex entries have never been trustworthy in the games.
but they are canon.
They're
Whether-
not though.
Not really.
They're
Yeah.
not. Canon.
What else is canon if not Pokedex entries?
See, the Pokedex entries are consistently wrong in the games.
What does that mean?
It means like things like Alakazam having an IQ of 1,000 is just ridiculous. And what was it, Magikarp jumping over a mountain?
Why?
I can't
Why not?
because those things
He just
can't
told
happen
you.
in the game.
Just because
I
you
don't know, I
never
guess that's
saw
what you
no, just
prioritize.
because you never saw them happen in the game doesn't mean they can't.
Well, okay, if Pokedex entries are just if we're using that as like fact, then the Pokemon just win.
We know the Pokemon win. But
He's
But I
saying
think
how
one
much
of
do
the
we have to
Pokemon,
remove
like, has a
for the
body
lines to
temperature.
be
yeah, how
different?
many Pokemon do we
Marcargo
need to
just wins.
Marcargo? Yeah, Marcargo.
Destroys the area it's in, and everything around it dies.
So you have
Just
to
ceases
eliminate.
to
You
exist.
just have to eliminate Marcargo. Like I said, we're finding out what Pokemon need to be deleted.
I don't
Or
think-
you
Oh,
like text entries.
wait. Self-destruct, is that an
Oh,
AoE?
yeah.
In Double
Larvitar.
Battle? I'm forgetting.
Larvitar
Well,
eats a mountain a day.
self-destruct kills them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would.
But it's an AoE.
But like,
Okay.
it has to kill at least 1 million to be worth doing.
It
Just keep-
hasn't.
but-
The damage fall off is not with distance. There's nothing to say that damage falls off with distance.
But we're putting them into the quote-unquote real world, I guess. So AoE
Well,
have an A.
Okay. So Larvitar eats a mountain a day. I feel like he could just eat all of those tigers or whatever a day. So it would be eating several of them a second.
So probably delete it.
Apparently, lions usually kill prey by strangulation.
Well, that's a neat fact. I wonder.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Well, they
many.
Good luck
disagree.
killing most
There's
of
nothing
Pokemon. So it
I
can't kill
think
both.
I think the only way the Lions would have a chance is if you got if you only had like low level normal type that like didn't weigh a lot. That's pretty much it.
You're just like.
I mean, I
have
like
like a
some
Rattata.
Pokemon, like even some Pokemon that are reasonably powerful, as
I mean-
long as they can be effectively attacked by a lion, it probably
Yes,
like
that's-
power
that's-
of numbers. The lions can probably just eventually kill them.
Yeah, I agree, but like there's something with minimize or like they just can't be hit or double team. It's like, what's a lion gonna do? Miss over and over?
Yeah, like what do they do against double team or minimize or like? Do lions still stomp?
Quick attack.
Lions
quick attack.
are lions.
Like something knows Mach Punch, and I'm assuming these lions are lining up one after another. And they're all dead. Would take a while because Mach Punch all.
Thanks
of
for the
them.
follow at Spo73.
Spo. I know that.
Yeah, you know Spo.
I've met that person. I think.
So is there water here? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So I mean, I just I don't know. I threw some water down to put the water people in there. I mean, or we could just say there's no water and they just all die. I mean, whatever. It doesn't. I don't think it fucking matters.
Okay.
I mean, all the water types. Is there any water type that the Lions would have a chance against anyway?
Magikarp.
Magikarp, Feebas.
But do Magikarp ever have to come to the surface?
So the NFVs.
Like Magikarp, like if they're aware of this attack, can they just like sit at the bottom of the pond and the Lions just can't get there? Like.
So it's
Yeah.
a stalemate.
I mean, I feel like the Lions could drink the water and
because
eventually
according
get to
to
them.
Jake, the Lions are vicious and they'll keep attacking, right? So a Magikarp can just go to the bottom of a river, and like Narcissus, they'll kill themselves trying to get to the bottom of the river.
No,
The
I
Lions won't
think
know
I
them.
think there are a few things the Lions could do. First, they could just drink the water. There's so many of them. It wouldn't
There's
take
so
that long.
actually, yeah, you're right. There's so many lions that they
secondly,
probably
they
could
could
drink
pile-
out a lake.
Okay, but like, are they gonna?
Secondly, they could just pile up their corpses and make a dam upstream.
They're in the middle of a fight. Like, are they really gonna drink water? Like,
They need to drink water.
They kill everything else first.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Ditto would just probably turn into a lion, and the lions
Ditto
wouldn't
wouldn't
know.
stand a chance.
But
Wouldn't it turn into another
Ditto
Pokemon?
would just Ditto one of these other Pokemon and be good.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's very true.
but if we're eliminating all the good Pokemon, I guess the problem
Then
with
what
the
matters?
problem with
Best
Ditto
Pokemon.
turning into a lion is that he might just get killed by another Pokemon.
Oh,
No, because
So-
the Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess he'd probably just turn into another
I mean,
Pokemon.
and most of the strategies I suggested just involved them killing everything at once. So that's fine.
Mr. Mime, well, I bet lions can fuck up Mr. Mime.
I mean, he
No.
puts up a barrier, they
Puts
can't
up a-
touch him.
because of a barrier, what do? They're stupid
If
lions.
we're going by anime rules,
Yeah.
he's a real mime, like with real mime powers.
But how
Yeah, I was gonna say. he's
how
psychic,
how
isn't he?
big
You have to
of
get rid
a how big of a wall can he make? You suppose? Like, can the lions eventually like have bodies pile up high enough to get over it? A million lions
make
is
a
sure a
box. He's a mime.
fuckload of lions.
He could make a block. He's a mime. He could just make a box around him, and it's not like.
But is
strong
that
is
box?
affected by
But
the
yeah, how strong is
physics.
that box? Like, can it
if it's
handle
not
an
affected by
onslaught of
physics,
lions?
It's not gonna.
It stopped a
not gonna
10-year-old
go
from running
down.
face first into it.
Right, but like, can Mr. Mime like put a box over himself and survive like any attack from any Pokemon? Well,
It's not
okay,
from
that's not
Pokemon.
fair.
It's from a lion.
From any physical like if a meteor hit his box.
We're talking about lions, dude. We're talking about
I
lions.
know, but
Fucking
I'm
stop changing
I'm
the
getting
Jake,
a
topic,
Jake's-
you dipshit.
no. I'm trying to get a basis of how powerful this is. Like,
If we're going by Pokedex rules, then maybe.
Alright, so this is what happens, right? The lions make a space elevator out of their corpses. They pile up a ton of them in space, make a meteor out of them, and drop them on Mr. Mime. And then they drop a
'cause
second one just to meme. Oh, you stopped the first one. What will you do about the second?
This is a good one.
Thanks. I spent all night thinking of it.
the Pokedex entry for Mr. Mime is very interesting. It convinces watchers that something unseeable actually exists.
So it would mess up the lions.
But once the watchers are convinced the unseeable thing exists as if it were real, is what the Pokedex entry says.
Maybe the lions are too stupid to be convinced.
Alright, so I think two Pokemon I want to bring up. One, Abra, just teleports. Could the lions ever actually catch it?
Isn't there a Pokemon that grants wishes?
Sure.
They prob-
Jirachi.
Yeah,
That's a-
Jirachi probably needs to be banned.
Jirachi's
Well, that's a
legendary.
legend, so
Okay, we are-
mystical,
Oh, Cel-
same shit.
We already
Whatever,
Celebi
same
just
thing.
travel through time, so then they're all dead.
It's legendary, so
Yeah.
cut that out.
Yeah, if we
Also,
get those, we only need like 2 of them, and we win.
Yes, Pseudo Wudo. Just a fucking tree when the lions even realize. It's not even a tree, it's a rock that looks like a tree.
Wouldn't they be messed up by Ferrothorn? Because they just like try to bite Ferrothorn and just die? Like,
I told you the only way lions
Yeah,
have
but
a
if
chance.
a million lions scratch and bite a Ferrothorn, will it be fine?
okay.
How
I'm
durable
telling
is
you,
it?
The
Pokedex entries. I don't know.
the only time the Lions would have a chance if you got rid of everything except for weak that were basically just close to animals in general.
I don't know. I think bug types are kind of useless against.
Some bug types,
Some bug
not
types.
all
I mean,
of
yeah,
them.
not all.
The
Bug types.
small ones are kind of.
Like Caterpie and Weedle, like they're just gonna get bodied. Or maybe Weedle might poison the lion.
Yeah,
could
but
they hurt
it'll
Metapod?
poison. It'll
Oh, boy,
poison
it'll be
exactly
like
one
millions of
lion.
its jaw.
A fully hardened Metapod. What happens?
I mean,
Um,
I think it's like some of the fighting types are gonna struggle. Like Pokemon that don't
Fighting
have.
types are super effective.
Yeah, but they have to kill 1,000,000 of them.
There's a bunch for fighting types.
Like
Does
so.
does the fighting type or does the
Fighting
the lines
types can get
line up one
swarmed.
after another?
Yeah, they'll just get swarmed.
Okay, in that case, yeah, probably. Unless
Yeah.
they use something like Bullet Punch.
Like extreme. The Pokemon that are that you have to worry about
Lucario uses extreme speed. What
are
are lines gonna do?
extreme
Catch him?
AOE. So any Pokemon that have like ridiculous AOE attacks, they're gonna be
Ghosts and
problematic.
flying.
Ghosts and flying because they're untouchable.
Well, ghosts are touchable.
At least some of the
Dark
water Pokemon.
What about Pokemon with levitate?
How
Well,
high
lions,
is
lions
levitate?
don't have ground moves.
I don't. Yeah, but they can't hit at all.
How high are
Assuming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, would a
They're
lion be
just
able
like-
to hit a?
3 feet off the ground? I didn't get that.
Would a lion be able to hit a Hydreigon?
I mean, eventually the lions could just like jump off of each other.
Garchomps can fly according to the anime.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to know that. That's a horrible thought.
I think Cynthia was like riding on one or something. Like, I've seen
Excuse
it
me?
That's gonna haunt my dreams. Okay.
Well, I think there's a lot of. I think there's plenty of Pokemon that are kind of helpless against the lions. The problem is there's just a lot of Pokemon who are really good or hard for the lions to hard for something with the intelligence of a lion to deal with. I think we've exhausted this topic a little bit though. So I want to change the discussion slightly and say, okay, not instead of 1 billion lions, it is one of each Pokemon, versus the human race. So then,
Well, the
what
legends are
Pokemon
still out.
do we have to eliminate?
The legends are still all out.
The legendary that we can't kill,
Well, okay,
we could
well,
probably
also like broken ones. 'cause,
Right.
Like we
There's-
have like technology, so
yeah, right. We have all of our technology.
we could take out like Zapdos and shit.
We also can reproduce.
It doesn't matter if you control time and
Is
shit.
that what this is about?
Yeah, according to Bulbapedia, Garchomp. This is kind of off topic. Sorry. A curved fin sprout from the arms, creating wings that allow Garchomp to fly. You can see like
Fly
Ash
or
flying.
glide?
It says fly.
Fly
Yeah,
like a bird.
yeah.
Like an eagle.
Huh?
I'll link the Bulbapedia article. Oh, I can't link this unless I have a Microsoft account. Okay. You just have to take my word for it.
Lol.
Or
What?
I'll put it in the Discord chat.
Yeah, if you put it in Discord, I'll forward it on to.
Some planning. Try to pull up the video.
Okay, here's the link for those. And I also could just bring this up. Let's see. Huh?
Oh wow, that does look. Huh?
Yeah, that looks like flying. All right. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so the human race has a lot more technology. We also have things like nukes and whatnot, which is useful.
And Pokeballs.
We can leave the
Oh, yeah.
planet. We can leave the planet if needed.
Can we?
So
Well,
Deoxys-
some of us can.
Yeah. Well,
Deoxys follows you and kills you.
Right. So some of them might be too overpowered to
Standard.
deal with.
Yeah, Arceus can just like delete us. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, what do we do?
Yeah.
Dark
Dialga can control time. That's no good.
Palkia can control space. Giratina controls antimatter.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Those are literal
Tho-
gods.
Those three are out.
The beings of willpower, emotion, and I forgot what.
Is that the fairy or Azelf? And...
Yeah, Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie. They're probably gone too. They granted humans willpower and emotion and the other thing, so they could probably take it away.
Pixie, that's what they are.
Oh.
Oxy, just the name.
Yeah, I forget what all of them do. I know Mesprit's emotion, or I think Azelf is willpower, and I forgot what Uxie does.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah. Anyway, you have to take them out. That's the problem.
Yeah. Now, all the
Knowledge.
the swimming and flying Pokemon are no longer a problem.
What about ghosts?
Other than those who are. Ghosts? You know, I don't know enough about what ghosts like really mean in the Pokemon world. Like, can you kill them? And is capturing
they're dead,
them,
aren't they?
like, can we capture them? Like, we don't necessarily have to kill them to win, but if we can, like, capture them all, like, capture enough of them and, like, lock them away in a way where they can't escape.
Like a Pokeball?
We can, I'll assume we don't have fucking Pokeballs. If we had Pokeballs, if we had Pokeballs, this would not be fair at all.
I mean, the ghost types are some of them are already dead. You can make them faint.
Also, the other question is, if the human race was in this fight, could we potentially breed our own Pokemon? Potentially, like capture.
Like a daycare?
Say that.
I mean,
how long is this fight?
as long as it needs to be. I mean,
so do they just like all land on Earth and we have to fight them?
There's less than
or-
1,000 Pokemon. So...
yeah, I think that's the idea.
Also, I just thought of something.
They all
Put
show up,
technology
and we need.
aside. It's everybody who knows martial arts knows a bunch of Pokemon, right? We have a bunch of fighting types already, right?
In a
Okay.
sense.
And at one point, Ash learned how to use Aura, so like, you know, we're
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
all deep characters.
I'm not really scared of the fighting type. It's the
No,
It's
but
the
I
one
just
that-
thought of that now. You can give a lion bite.
It's-
At least
It's
give
o-
guys.
this
you
is
know,
overtaking a fucking jet fighter.
Like electric Pokemon probably aren't that bad for us because we can like capture and redirect their electric attacks.
do we have this in place? Like
using what? Using what?
Well, okay. Let's say I put myself in a Faraday cage. What's an electric type Pokemon gonna do to me?
You
Volt
can't
tackle?
leave that.
you had
then.
the
Iron
Yeah.
Tail?
Faraday cage on you?
Like
I
Iron,
need to know what
Tail,
the
I don't
premise
know,
here.
Bite.
Well, okay. The world is huge. All right. Like these Pokemon, like at least some of these Pokemon, like they can't travel like around the planet like in an instant, right? So yeah, like wherever the Pokemon land on Earth, it's gonna be destruction. Tons of people are gonna die, but it will give some of mankind time to respond
Oh,
and
in
prepare.
that case, as long as you delete all the Jesus mons, we win.
I think Julian almost died.
I hiccup. Sorry.
So I guess, like, all you really gotta do is get a gun, right?
Guns are useful against a lot of the Pokemon. Like that's the
What's
other
up with
thing.
this?
Like a lot of the Pokemon will get killed really fast.
Guns did get banned from the anime for being too OP, so
That's not what happened.
Yeah, like humans. Yeah, humans with just like guns and like the ability to set things on fire and stuff.
Mow
We're gonna-
down
we're
all
gonna-
these trash ones and then bomb the rest.
but then like you're into something like Alakazam, and it's like
Didn't
you
say
you walk near it and your brain just explodes because it used psychic.
Didn't Jake say golems can withstand dynamite?
I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
But for Golem, we have nukes.
Yeah, we
and
can do
Yeah.
better than dynamite.
Oh wait, what's the one Pokemon though who's 18,000 degrees?
Cargo. Well,
Margo?
that doesn't. We have to take that out. If we're using that Pokedex entry, we're taking it out.
What's this Pokedex?
Does the Earth even handle that?
I don't know what his Pokedex entry is.
you'd have to get rid of
What's-
I think
what's his
Larvitar
name?
in his whole series.
How do you spell
Macar-
that?
Cargo.
Cargo. I have the game entry. Hold on. Our cargo's body temperature is approximately 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Water is vaporized on contact. If this Pokemon is caught in the raindrops instantly turn into steam, cloaking the area in a thick fog.
Yeah, that's fine. We can deal with that. Well, what else has he got?
But Omega Ruby doesn't say anything about. The shell is actually its skin that's hardened as a result of cooling. Its shell is very brittle and fragile. Just touching it causes it to crumble apart. This Pokemon
just shoot
returns to its original size by dipping itself in magma. There you go. That's Oras.
I mean, look at that face. Could you
Okay,
shoot that?
I think
it's adorable.
I think we can deal with this guy.
I mean, you need a cup of water and you're good.
How do you?
You shoot its
How?
shell.
I mean, okay, Markargo probably is his own downfall anyway. He probably just falls to the core of the earth. Like, he just melts his way to the core of the earth and just dies there. I mean, he might not really
Doesn't
be
that,
a problem.
damage the planet?
Probably not. He's not that. He's tiny. He's like 2
Alright, what
feet
about
tall.
Mewtwo? Would Mewtwo be banned?
I
mean-
don't know enough about Mewtwo.
It's a Pokemon trainer.
He's legendary.
Can he
Mewtwo is
Yeah,
intelligent and
Can he
can
do what he did in the movie to us?
So he could probably, if you launched a nuke at them, he could probably pull it out of the air and turn it
Yeah,
around.
he could probably turn
like
it
a lot-
around.
I feel like a lot of the psychic types do that.
Can he make clones of people and have them kill us?
Probably not, but they do have Ditto and Mew. So there's two.
But they only have one
clones of-
Ditto, who might die very fast.
Yeah, that's why they need Mew for the second one. If they had Celebi, they could just time loop and get infinite Dittos.
That's a Jesus
Probably.
mon. That one's gotta go.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
So
No, I feel like something like
Mewtwo, yay or nay? Can we kill him?
I don't.
I feel like
mean,
I
it
feel like
can
he's not strong
die,
enough
but
to
like,
ban.
how do we? We have to sneak up on it somehow. But how do we do that when it's big brain?
I mean, can we just overwhelm him? Like, yeah, he can reflect back a bullet here or two. But what if it's like hundreds of thousands of bullets for like hours and hours and hours, or days, or weeks, or months?
That's how they beat the Gundams in 007.
Wouldn't he just teleport away?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, teleport might be a problem.
Couldn't he just stop him?
Couldn't he just like teleport to us and then mind fuck everyone?
Yeah,
You could use
teleportation.
the side near the ledge in Battlefield, and we just go right through it.
Teleportation might be a problem. Like, teleportation combined with intelligence is probably enough to make him bannable. Since we don't have a
Well,
good
if
answer.
that's
to
all
Basically
it
that.
one of
takes,
the
can we
X-Men.
handle Alakazam?
Is he intelligent enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
He has like an
Supposedly
IQ
has
of
1,000 IQ.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
1,000 IQ. He might be scary, cause okay, here's the problem. Like, we have all these weapons and shit, right?
He might
But
know
like
what we're gonna
a
do
smart
before we do
enough Pokemon might be able to just take over our weapons, our weapon arsenals, and like 1,000 IQ and the ability to teleport. He probably can figure out all the launch codes and launch all the nukes at human
Do
cities.
they? Okay, does teleport? Do you get to choose where you teleport,
Yeah, if you
or is it just
visit-
random?
I don't think it's
Wait.
random. That would be
it.
garbage.
I mean, in the game, it's the nearest.
When that,
It's the nearest center in the games, I believe.
Or if you're in a fight, you just run.
So you can teleport
Yeah,
out of battle.
But if we're going by anime rules, right? So like, I don't think that really matters.
well, okay, in the anime, what happens when they teleport? Is it random, or do they choose?
I don't
I
think
don't-
it's random.
I don't think it's random.
Yeah, but I think it does have like a distance limit. Like, that's fairly restrictive, but they can just do it over and over again. So, but
That's what you
maybe
get for removing
maybe if
PP.
we can figure out what Mewtwo's like teleport range and like somehow pepper an area large enough with like nuclear explosions. But we'd have to like trick him into going there. Like, I feel like you just have to have a huge area, bury a ton of nukes there, and somehow trick Mewtwo into getting into the middle of it. And then
I don't
blow,
think we
up
can
all,
trick
and then blow up all the nukes.
What about Darkrai? Is he too powerful?
Yes.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
he
hey,
just-
it's one Mewtwo versus like billions of humans. All right, his IQ might be better than ours individually, but maybe as a collective.
Depends on how big Dark Void is.
I don't think it's a global
Well,
thing.
I don't
so,
mean that. I mean,
oh,
All right, what about Ninkata or whatever?
What about Ninkata?
What about it?
Isn't that the one that's like
Can't you just like step on
can't
it?
die?
The one that what?
The one that can't die? Like,
You mean not Ninkata? You mean its evolution? If you have a Premier Ball or a Pro Ball in your Shedinja?
Ninja? Yeah, Shedinja, that's it.
Just throw
Or
a
is it
rock at it.
Ninja? Whatever one can't die.
I mean,
You could literally just
Oh.
throw a rock at it and it dies.
yeah. It only dies to super effective moves or feints super effective moves, and it's weak to rock type moves. So, like throw a rock at it.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So, all right, chuck a rock at it. And also, if like they're like, even if they're not killable, if they're weak enough, we can
Shedinja.
like if they like can't teleport or something, we can just trap them, put them in jail, and that's that.
I mean, they'll probably break out. In the anime, they burst their walls plenty of times.
Yeah, it just depends on the Pokemon if we can contain it or not. If it's a containable Pokemon, then we can always just capture them. If it's not a containable Pokemon, then we don't worry about that. Though, if our boy Mog Cargo did conveniently make a hole to the center of the Earth, which we might be able to throw some Pokemon into.
What am I thinking? There's... Oh, okay, so that, like... Halucha. The
Shoot,
fucking
okay.
the wrestling bird.
Can it take a bullet?
Can
No.
you hit it with a bullet? Is it too fast? Would it just use seismic toss and become the moon for a bit there?
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
The sword Pokemon? Sword and Shield?
What about
Aegis Blast, just set it on fire.
Palosand
What about it?
or Sandy Gast?
Just like throw some plants at it.
Those are just
be worried about,
Told you.
worried about psychic types
All the Jesus mons and we're good.
and the psychic types.
What about Oranguru?
It's a
What?
monkey.
But it's psychic.
Some of the psychic types.
Known for its extreme intelligence.
Oh yeah, the Pokedex says so.
How many bullets can it block?
Probably not many.
Exactly.
Alright, what about, like, the fossil Pokemon?
Which fossil Pokemon?
I don't know, like Cranidos.
Just,
at
like,
its form-
take
it's
a hammer
it's
to it, like,
It's a
what?
T-Rex. A T-Rex
Cranidos
with super
and
hard skin.
Rampardos or Tyrantrum?
Yeah,
I think it means Rampardos or both actually, and Rampardos and Tyrant.
yeah. What if it's got, like, bullets won't hurt it because it's a rock and it's also a T-Rex?
Just like
How many RPGs can it take?
What do you mean bullets can't hurt it because it's a rock? Bullets will break down a
Yeah, bullets will definitely.
Okay, you got me there.
Yeah, we also
What
have
do you mean?
nukes, so if it's a rock, we can always just hit it with a nuke.
We break rocks with jackhammers and sledgehammers all the time. What do you think a bullet's not gonna do that?
It was a lapse in logic, but yeah, now that you say it like that, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you can break rocks with some tools you can buy at Home Depot.
Yeah. What about Steel type Pokemon? Same thing.
Steel type, we can melt that shit.
just like
I'm not worried
set it
about
on fire.
steel type.
Fairy type.
It's like hit it with a steel beam or something. Or poison it.
People can't melt steel beams.
Oh yeah, we have poison. We have.
Really weak to steel and poison.
What the fuck do we do about the ghosts?
Just
Flashlight.
like-
You call the crazy
Flamethrower.
lady that thinks
Bite
she's
it.
she can talk to ghosts.
Okay. Now can
Flamethrower.
we potentially take Pokemon and manipulate them and get them to do stuff for us? Like if we could find like a dumb dark type Pokemon that we could take advantage of to help us kill ghosts or something.
We already do that
Well,
in
perfect.
games.
A dog.
Even though that's not how Pokemon works, I know.
Poochyena. I don't know. We have dogs.
Like we can get a bunch of we can like get Inkay. Is it impossible to breed Pokemon without two of them?
You want a Malamar?
I mean,
Not two of
you
the
have it.
same, but
I'm pretty sure it's impossible. We need Ditto at least.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah. Oh man, if we can capture a Ditto, and like a Pokemon to breed
Then
him
Jake can live out all of his weird sex.
with. Not exactly where I was going with that.
It's okay. I heard the excitement. So
No, but I think that's a good strategy. If we can somehow like get Ditto, that's probably not possible because he'll probably immediately become something really, whatever the strongest thing that we've allowed to stay alive, to be part of this battle. Ditto probably just becomes that. Sure. Yeah, Torterra's. We can beat Torterra's. Right?
It's like hit it with an ice beam or something.
An ice beam? I don't think we have one of those.
We'll figure it out.
liquid nitrogen.
I like the category for Torterra, continent.
Yes, the continent Pokemon.
Oh, he's not even that tall.
Jake,
A lot
if
of-
you like types like that, you should watch JoJo. Every Pokemon has its own type, or every stand has its own type.
Doesn't it do that?
Yeah, they show that in the show. Don't they?
Jake does watch JoJo.
No, but did you pay attention to any of the types? They get weirder in the.
I paid attention more in the early on, but then I started ignoring those cards. I'll admit.
So are you done with this topic, or?
Yeah,
I think we're good.
I told you.
I've had my fun.
Mauricio
Don't
didn't
the
talk
ones
about
that control things that we don't, and we win.
Yeah.
Mauricio didn't talk about his topic.
His topic.
Oh, that was just kind of. It's not really. Jake's on a high right now, talking about dumb hypotheticals.
I mean,
So
I'm
funny
done with my
news.
dumb hypotheticals. We're gonna go into our final news topic, unless you have something you want to do before that.
Yeah, sure. So the new Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out added some
yeah.
people to its cast. And one of them is the girl playing Melina is a new person in the acting world called Sissy Stringer. She's an Australian. And I was just looking more into this information because she's literally done nothing. She's done like an assistant director role and something that hasn't even come out yet. It's in post. And they've added some other people. Like I don't know if you guys remember in the Thor movies, the Asian guy with the mace. That's one of the warriors. You guys remember who that is?
Do not remember that specific person. No.
Of course.
Not really. Kind of.
Well, whatever. That guy is playing Raiden. Let me get it. Tadanobu Asano is gonna play Raiden, and then Sissy Stringer is gonna be Melina, and Makad Brooks is gonna be Jax. And this one guy said something from Bounding Into Comics. That's the website. He said something that I thought was kind of like dumb, but also I guess kind of an interesting point. His name is Jorge Arenas on Bounding Into Comics. It's a James Wan's Mortal Kombat film race swaps Raiden and Melina, and his basic thing was Raiden has been played by white dudes like throughout in all the movies and in all the games. He's basically a white dude, and then Melina is supposed to be Asian. And they cast a black woman for Melina, and he's like, well, this is a problem, or nobody's saying anything about this, but as long as you change it to, you know, like he's basically saying nobody's making a big stink of it. And so my response is Raiden is an elder god. I mean, he could be whoever he wants to be. It doesn't really matter. And it even makes more sense that it's a Japanese dude playing him because his name is from Japanese. So it makes even more sense in my eyes. It's a kind of a weird complaint for the guy to make. And then Melina, you say she's Asian, but she's from Outworld, which isn't, you know, they just happen to look Asian, but they're not Asian. So you come up with whatever justification you want for that. But I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about race swapping and, you know, certain characters. And something like this I just thought was kind of absurd. It's like the most fantastical thing you could look at. And if it's Melina, she's gonna have her face covered the whole time, and she's pretty light skinned. You can't really. There's no difference from her and the character that exists already. So I just thought it was a weird thing to complain about.
I
But
completely
one that
agree.
brought up an interesting topic.
It seems like anytime something like this happens, there's gonna be a bunch of people complaining for no reason.
Yeah.
Alright, I was zoned out there for a second. What are we talking about?
Don't worry about it.
That was my just interesting how you can complain about something, not about other. I don't know.
Makes sense.
That was my thought.
All right, and I think it's
Of
time
course,
to go.
nobody here plays Mortal Kombat, so
No.
you're being the one guy.
I'm
I-
talking Justice too.
And we appreciate you for it, Mauricio.
Sure. Next topic.
last night
Our
was,
last topic of the night. We can talk about this because we are not on Twitch.tv. We are on Mixer.com. So, a Twitch star gets shot at during live stream in apartment robbery attempt, and his Twitch account was suspended for it. Yeah, this is kind of a bizarre story and kind of just wild.
Twitch claims they did it to protect his privacy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a load of BS. Well, I don't know. Maybe they had good intentions with it, but like the dude literally just got robbed. Like, how are you gonna do that to him?
Yeah, pour
Sounds
salt
like,
in the wound and rub it in.
sounds like they had a bot ban him, and then they're like, I don't know. That's my assumption. Do they have bots that do that kind of stuff?
That do what?
That auto ban people
Yeah.
Yeah.
if they have
But
suggested
the thing
content.
is, like, he got a community guidelines strike on his account,
Huh.
which, yeah. And Twitch said trying to get around this restriction can result in a longer suspension and may lead us to reject any suspension appeals you might submit.
You got robbed, so you broke our guideline. Good
Yeah.
job.
I've seen on Twitch before people like we drive-by shootings. Those people don't get banned.
You've seen people commit drive-bys on Twitch?
Get drive-by'd. They show up on Reddit from time to time. It's a really weird thing. It's like swatting, but for the hood.
Excuse me?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I don't know if it's even related to the Twitch streamer, but like they'll just be going and they'll hear bullets. Yeah, there's been like at least 3 instances that showed up on Reddit.
Well,
Oh, Reddit, what will we do without you?
Yeah, and those people don't get banned.
yeah, this guy got banned because an armed robbery occurred at his apartment.
Well, Mitch, they didn't get banned because it's clearly not their fault. They didn't come in. They came into this man's home. Clearly, he let them in. Clearly,
Yeah.
breaking the guideline.
Yeah, clearly they broke the guidelines by. What even is the guideline violation here? Violence or something? I don't know.
I guess.
I mean, this is a Grand Theft Auto streamer, so
I thought he was an IRL streamer.
Do you think like the
he
people robbing
he
him
was
knew?
playing. No, modded. No, never mind. He was playing a racing game.
Like, do you think the people who robbed him like knew him from the streams?
Oh no, never mind. He was literally racing.
Yeah, he's IRL. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just the people who robbed him know him. I don't know.
I see. So they were trying to take his car.
Oh, so like, it wasn't his home; it was his car.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his car.
That's okay.
So, very, very interesting. Well, at least glad the guy's all right.
It's another example of Twitch.
Twitch, get your act together. I don't
I mean-
I don't buy Twitch's excuse protecting privacy. What does that even like? Delete? They could delete the VOD. I don't even know what
Yeah, I didn't buy it either.
suspending their account. Does suspending their account even like delete their VODs or anything like that. I don't even think it does. I don't think it does anything but prevent you from being able to stream.
Well, they unbanned him.
They did. They did undo it. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't buy anything that Twitch has said about this. This is just... I think Twitch had a knee-jerk reaction and said, this is fake. And they just don't want to admit that publicly, that that's what they thought. That is my tinfoil hat theory. Or something like that. Or that they thought it was a skit or whatever, but it was like too violent or too like, sensationalized for their platform or whatever. Before realizing, oh no, this was an actual armed robbery.
Yeah. Maybe that happened. I don't
But
know.
Twitch is Twitch, and they never own up to mistakes. They will.
They need to. Okay, you might hate me for this, but like, remember when Mixer got flack when they released their guidelines for dress codes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
Okay,
talked about that on the
like-
podcast.
yeah. You may not like what Mixer does, but at least they have like a guideline, a clear guideline of like how you should act on their website.
Yeah, a very
Twitch doesn't have
very
that.
clear
Yeah,
one. Yeah, Twitch has slightly
Go ahead.
improved
Did you guys
that.
talk about that?
Yeah, we did.
The Chun-Li cosplayer girl?
we did not talk about that.
We had not talked
we
about
could
that.
bring that up.
Okay, I thought you were talking about that. Yeah, like what Julian was saying. They're very clear about what happened with what and what is like attributed to whatever. But this girl that was in a Chun-Li costume, not even like revealing anything, is just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do something to you. And it's like, what about the other one the other day? What about this? What about
What
this?
about
No.
Amaranth? What about she's literally like in a skimpy outfit, dance. I shouldn't badmouth streamers, but whatever. I'm not
Well,
trying
no,
to.
Amaranth is really bad because apparently she's been doing that kind of stuff for a while and deliberately not she's been married, but she deliberately made sure that nobody knew that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, pay me money and listen to my weird ASMR thing. Watch me. Oh, and I guess on one of her streams, she her vagina showed just wide open. She opened her legs. She was with her dog, and she was rolling around on the floor with her dog, and then she got up and picked her dog up in a weird way.
Yeah,
and
they
opened both of her legs.
they banned
Well,
her for that for 2
okay.
days.
All right. Oh, 2 days. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Great.
Suspended her.
Classic.
But she
Good
still
old
gets away
Twitch
with
consist.
Lewd content, but they banned the Chun-Li girl. They're hypocrites.
For literally doing nothing. She
Yeah.
was sitting down. Everything fully covered. It's Chun-Li, dude. It's she's not cosplaying sexy Chun-Li. It was just Chun-Li. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
They need clear guidelines on their dress code, but they
If they
can't
have
really-
clear guidelines, then they can be held accountable.
yeah, not only that, but they
That's-
might have to.
That's
They lose money.
probably part of it because Mixer does have a distinct advantage of being a significantly smaller platform. So of course
Yeah.
things like this are easier. Because how many streams are going on Twitch at any one point in time?
6.
It's madness. There's
Yeah.
way too many. Though Twitch having probably a more streamlined reporting system or something like that would probably help with these kind of things, but but that's also a problem in and of itself because a lot of people can you report streams after the fact, and that can be problematic because then you have mob mentality kind of things, and it's very, I don't know. It's definitely a difficult problem. I sympathize with Twitch a little bit, but if they have more clear guidelines, it would be easier to say the reviews for things wouldn't be as hard.
Yeah.
It would just be go through this checklist. Does it pass the checklist? It's good. If not, bad. Maybe go through 2 people. And obviously things will still slip through the cracks occasionally, and people will freak out. But YouTube's in a similar situation. YouTube is extraordinarily inconsistent with everything. When it comes to demonetization and advertising and
Yeah.
copyright
It is
strikes and all that kind of stuff. There, YouTube's a total disaster.
They just released a new rule on YouTube or something, and people are not happy about it.
That happens all the time.
What's the rule?
I have to look it up.
Yeah, they did make some recent changes to some of that stuff that people did like, that had been asked for a long time, and is obvious in hindsight, but they didn't do originally. Like now, if somebody makes a copyright claim on your video, it has to be timestamped for when it was. That wasn't required before, which is that like I didn't realize it wasn't required before. That blows my mind. Like these people who have like hour-long videos, and they're like, "Hey, you play a little bit of our song in there," and they're like, "Where?" Give us a timestamp.
My God.
How are we
I
even
thought it
supposed
was
to dispute
ridiculous.
this if we don't even know what you're talking about?
What I always thought was ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure they've changed this, is you put a copyright strike on someone's video, and then all of the ad money goes to you, and they don't ever get it back, even if they dispute the copyright.
That's not true. There is an incubation period, but it's not very long.
Yeah, it used to be that way. Like, I think it was years ago they changed it.
No. You do. They do get all the money right away, but there is an incubation period where if you like dispute it fast enough, you do get the money back.
Good.
But part of the problem is if they do that when the video is young, it can hurt algorithm like priority, because the algorithm sometimes doesn't prioritize things that have been copyright claimed.
Jeez.
So, because they won't show as many advertisements on them. So, like, people's videos can just get wrecked. So, like, even if they do, get their ad revenue and whatever back, they probably didn't get as much ad revenue as they would have had it not gotten claimed. Yeah, that system's pretty broke. And if some of that extra European stuff goes through ever, that will make it way, way worse. If you think YouTube is bad now, just wait. And if the EU gets to unleash their fury in 2020,
Be awesome.
Wait, what's the EU doing now?
just like the Article 17 stuff,
The article, yeah.
like
Oh, the meme stuff?
yeah, because that's not dead. It's been tabled, but it's not dead, and it will come back in some form
Right.
or another. There are clearly a lot of people who are invested in trying to make that happen. So, hopefully when people get, voted after the next election cycle with the EU, hopefully there will be a lot less of them. But, who knows? They might have decided to table the discussion so people would have time to forget about it before the next election cycle. It's a strategy. So
in October, YouTube's updating what it means for channels to be verified with new eligibility criteria and a new look.
Oh yeah, I heard about this by.
So that's the thing, the verified change. I kind of heard about that, but I have are the requirements ridiculous now or something?
Our new criteria prioritizes verifying prominent channels that have a clear need for proof of authenticity. We look at a number of factors to determine if a channel meets this criteria, including authenticity and prominence.
So, if
That
your channel
sounds
is small,
vague
fuck
as
you.
fucking fuck.
Prominence?
Yeah. Starting in late October, you'll see a gray background on the YouTube channel's name to indicate that it's verified by YouTube. This new look will also replace the existing music note on official artist channels on YouTube. And people are mad about this because I'll take Marilyn's comment. Extremely out of touch decision by YouTube. It should be easy to know when you found the official YouTube channel of a creator. So why the heck would you make it harder for channels to verify themselves? How does this help the viewer? What the heck? If it makes it easier for people under 100K subs to get verified, great. Communicate that better. But I've seen creators that have been on YouTube for 10 plus years get a letter saying they're losing verification. How much more authenticity can you require of them? This is their home. By taking away verification from so many creators, you will create an environment where scammers re-upload their works using the same or similar names without any indication they're legit. Make it easier to get. Don't take it away.
Yeah. I can see why people would be upset about that.
Yeah.
That really makes no sense to me.
No, some of these policies you look at and you're like,
Like the
Why-
only
what-
thing
what
I can
possessed
see,
YouTube to do this. This
The-
doesn't help them. This doesn't help anybody.
the only thing I can think of that it helps them with is that it costs them money to verify people, so they want it to cost them less money. And this is a shitty cost-cutting measure that they're trying to spin as good for the environment or whatever the fuck they're good for the community, or whatever the fuck they're gonna say. That's what it feels like. Because what else could it be?
What the hell did you?
Or like, is it just like a liability thing? Like having too many people verified, like it's too many people to
Jake
keep track of,
Kraft
and too much liability to have, or whatever. I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. My heart goes out to all YouTubers. Well, unless you're like in.
Heart goes out to-
Including us. Hello.
Okay.
What if I
we
lose my
verified?
verification? No.
Unless you're PewDiePie or something. And, well, even John trying to comment on this. Jeez.
Excuse me?
I understand the idea of making verified channels easier to see visually, and don't mind it, to be honest, but I don't see why you've taken this opportunity to unverify channels that were previously verified and not impersonators. Please fix this because it feels very arbitrary. That's what John Tron said on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever. JonTron doesn't do.
unverifying people is nuts. What the fuck?
Maybe
You're not
JonTron-
prominent
stuff.
enough unverified.
Apparently, Roger Space got unverified, and all his content creator
Yeah.
friends. That's what he said on Twitter.
Wow, he has like
Wow, that
a
actually-
decent number of. So he's not prominent enough. He has like what 300,000 subscribers, something like that. That's not prominent enough.
Let me check.
Anything.
Yes,
He has over 100K.
It's
Right.
over 100K. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry, Jake.
what's
Are
prominent
they
then.
PewDiePie numbers? No. Well, then
200,
there you go.
200K.
200K.
214K.
And that's
the
not
official
enough?
something.
Okay.
Guess not.
Okay,
He's not
YouTube.
prominent enough.
So only the 0.01% of YouTubers. That's what we're doing now.
That's where the money's
The
at.
million club, the million plus club. Is it where the money's at though? I would venture to guess that YouTube makes more money on all of the 100K to million K group than they do on the million K plus plus group. Just because there are so many more of them. Could be wrong. I mean, it's probably close. Mind you.
You're lower. You're wow, what's the word? Your lower number might be a little low.
My lower number might be a little low.
Like maybe more like 3, 4, 5 to a million.
I see. Maybe. But point is, I don't know. YouTube needs competition.
As I don't.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to is YouTube has a monopoly. I mean, outright.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any much argument to that. Like
Is it-
even more, like much more so than Twitch does.
YouTube is not a monopoly. They don't show porn.
Yeah, you're right. That is
What?
they don't do that.
And they don't show feature films. There you go.
That's
Hey.
not true.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
find stuff
yeah,
on
you're
YouTube,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yep. They
can
have a
buy
paid, they have a
films.
paid service.
Yeah.
Porn statement still stands. If they showed porn, then yeah, it'd be done. It'd be over with.
Well,
I mean,
They
they
have
have
a
a monopoly on their segment, like a total
they have a
monopoly
they have
on
a monopoly on their
on
service.
the non-porn video sharing segment. I mean, who else is there?
Vimeo.
Yeah, Vimeo, which that's not
What's that
even
thing
necessarily
Mary's always
true
posting?
because you can't because Vimeo actually
TikTok.
has like
Yeah.
I mean TikTok is
Vine.
not really
You say again, Jake?
Mine's
Cut out.
dead.
Can't what?
It's TikTok though.
like Vimeo is like a very it's kind of a more specific platform, honestly. Though it's like an artist's platform, and there's not.
Are YouTubers not artists?
No, but I mean it's like they have content guidelines, like in a way that YouTube doesn't.
I see. So they're looking for a different.
Like
dynamic.
Different
style.
you couldn't just as like a lot of YouTube channels or whatever, like YouTube talk shows
It's
and
not,
that kind of
it's
stuff. That's not.
the YouTube anything goes unless it doesn't randomly.
Yeah, like they're they're also like almost more aimed at like their corporate plans and that kind of stuff. Like they have paid memberships and things, and like private Vimeo channels and that kind of thing. So they're
YouTube Red.
yeah, but like this is like more for like companies and stuff.
Oh.
Like that's what like a lot of Vimeo stuff is about. Like you go to the YouTube, like the Vimeo homepage, versus like if you go to the YouTube homepage, you get a bunch of YouTube videos. If you go to the Vimeo homepage, it's all about branding and pricing, and there's not a single video to click on. It's a very different website.
Huh. Oh, we lost him. All right, back to Smash.
So, yeah, I would argue that Vimeo is not a YouTube competitor.
Okay.
Is it too late for a YouTube competitor? Like that was my.
It's never too late.
I don't know.
I mean, look
Yeah.
at like MySpace was basically the only social media
And that's
platform,
why
and look at
Goku
it
should
now.
be in Smash.
Like it can, like obviously a social media platform is easier to disrupt than like video sharing platform like YouTube. I mean, partially just because of the sheer cost. Like YouTube is an incredibly expensive operation to run. It as a singular website, it might be the single most expensive, that or Netflix, to run. It's actually still probably YouTube. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, a competitor at that scale would take serious time to happen.
Yeah.
But like, if it has competition, it doesn't need to be at that scale because there will be, multiple places people are going. Like, we don't want someone to just overtake YouTube collapse, and everyone move to that new platform because now it's just the new YouTube. Where it'll be good for a
Yes,
while.
we want that.
YouTube.
We want radical change.
Yeah, and maybe that'll be fine for a while, but it'll inevitably have its own problems eventually.
So it needs to be the Epic Store of
But the thing is, a lot of
Yeah.
people don't want to have multiple video platforms. But then again, if there's like a couple of major competitors, there will inevitably be a website that will like combine them both into a seamless experience, and then like who cares? It doesn't matter where the videos came from. You subscribe to multiple people from the multiple different services. Bada bing, bada boom. Something
What you
like
said
that.
is correct. We need an Epic Game Store or Movie Pass equivalent of YouTube
Movie
competitor.
Pass.
And then that will.
I don't know
start
if
changing.
Movie
It's
Pass is
already
the model
free.
we want to go off of here.
Yeah, it is because
pay
Jake,
$10
It was
to watch
dis-
free video.
It was certainly disruptive, but
different like theaters started making their own phone apps that had deals like that.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, they went down. Where they went down.
yeah. But I wouldn't mind because the problem is to have a chance as a competitor in the video space, you need to get creators to want to go onto the platform, and if they're gonna go on the platform, they're gonna want to have some confidence that the platform's gonna be around for a while. I don't think Ninja was gonna go to I don't know, some other live stream service that's more obscure. Hitbox.
D-Live, Hitbox.
Yeah, Hitbox. Isn't Hitbox like
Hitbox?
Hitbox? It's a streaming service. Hitbox actually got
Not
some
a
like
controller?
Hitbox actually got
Is
some.
Hitbox still alive?
I don't know if they're still alive. They like
Isn't that...
they like had their moment for a while right after Twitch banned
PM.
Project M.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
All the Project M streamers went to
It
Hitbox.
went to Hitbox, yeah.
And no, there was another moment when
Oh yeah, when
the
Twitch went.
speedrun community was gonna ditch them.
Yeah. Well, and then there was the that one time
The
that
horror thing.
that Twitch went down for like 20 hours. So a whole bunch of streamers streamed on Hitbox. And some people were like, "Hey, this service is kind of all right."
Yeah, I remember saying, like, in 2015 or 2016 when Twitch banned PM, I was like, what the heck is Hitbox?
Yeah. Hitbox was basically everyone's official backup to their Twitch channel.
Right.
If Twitch went down or Twitch banned their game, they streamed on Hitbox for that game or that day. But that was the problem. Then Twitch got more reliable and no one played PM anymore, and so why would then Hitbox just, I think, kind of... I don't even know if Hitbox still exists. It might not. Let's see. Hitbox.gg. I don't know why I actually just typed in the URL.
Hitbox.tv.
Oh,
Smash. It's called Smashcast now.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's called Smashcast.
Excuse me?
What? Why is it called Smashcast?
I wish you watch some No Man's Sky.
Oh man, the Rocket League category has 2 viewers.
Yeah, this website's pretty dead.
Did you hear Rocket League will be at the Olympics?
Yeah, if you get more than 2 viewers, they literally have Grand Theft Auto on the homepage. It has 0 viewers.
Yeah. The largest game is StarCraft and it has 63 viewers.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Dead is definitely an appropriate way of describing Hitbox, now Smashcast. Shit, they have iOS and Android apps. There you go. Wow, this is a dead website.
Yeah.
I don't even feel bad about showing this on Mixer because, oh my god, you only have to go 3 pages on this little thing to get to 0 viewer streams.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where we are.
That's something, because it's 7 and then 17, 27. There are 29 streams with views on Smashcast right now. That's something. So if you have 1 viewer, you're in the top 30.
We should stream on Smashcast.
No.
Wow, why not?
What's the point?
To grow our audience and then migrate to Mixer.
Yeah, we'll take over Smashcast. We'll be the kings of Smashcast.
Yeah.
Except no, we won't make it. We're not gonna.
This dude, why does he have Breath of the Wild as his game, but he's streaming Minecraft? What the fuck?
Hey. You think I'd go the other way?
I mean, this website's small enough where they probably only need 1 admin, so. And, you know, that 1 admin's sleeping. I'm sorry. If any of the Smashcast stakeholders are watching, sorry to not trying to make fun of your platform. Reach out. Maybe we can come up with a deal. You know.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell, don't sue us, please.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell, bring it on. This is an official call out.
Please don't.
Please
got this
sue
dude.
Mitch. That's his name, Mitch Mitcherson.
I don't have money. I'm a grad student.
What this dude has Link Between Worlds as his game, but he's streaming like, what the hell is
Why
this?
are you roasting people?
He's not streaming Link Between Worlds. Like what? I don't even know what this is.
Maybe their
Really?
games list doesn't have the game
Oh yeah.
on it, so he just had to pick something. Oh man. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's all we got for our rambly show today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I had some fun. Be sure to follow us on Mixer.
Thanks to our sponsors, Smashcast.
No, it's not Mixer. Shout out to our sponsor, Microsoft.
True.
They are actually paying for our servers today to do this live streaming. That is
Pokemon Company.
a true fact, actually.
Instead of spending money getting Pokemon in the next game, they gave it to us.
Yeah, they gave it to us to debate about 1 billion lions versus one of every Pokemon. Instead of putting every Mon and Sword and
Of course, the Digital Extremes, the creators of Warframe, who... So I shield for them a bit.
Yeah.
Should buy a Little Town Hero.
Yeah.
That's the
Good
game they
joke.
care about.
That is the game they care about.
All right. Anyway,
No.
that's all we got for tonight. guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on social media, and or don't. Follow us on YouTube at Twitch
Twitch. Smooth.
We're Jacob Freeman Inc. on YouTube, and we are PGD on Mixer, and we're also on Twitch sometime. So, and it's the same as the YouTube name. Very convenient for all of you. Anyway, that's all we got. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a good night.